Welcome to episode 8 of Dude Awakening with Scott Busby, your co-host with Nick Galaviz. What up, bro?
How's it going, big guy?
It's going all right, dude. Yeah, it's Friday.
I fucking love it. I love how we do these on Fridays because it can get people's idea. It gives people an idea of like the temperature of our weeks, like how we respond to our week.
Yeah.
Like there's times when it's stoked, yeah, and then other days when I fucking had a long week of work, and I've had long actually 2 weeks of work. Because last week when we were here,
Mm-hmm.
I worked all fucking weekend, and I feel like that I've been working like 10-hour days
That sucks.
for 2 weeks.
Yeah, today was a rough day for you, sounds like.
Keep on fucking calling.
Yeah, dude. So you're going to be getting interrupted, I'm sure, probably during this whole episode. So
With what?
I don't know.
You?
Yeah.
Let's pray for that.
I'm the interrupter. Dude, so I got to tell you this, and I'm not gonna talk about the person that I wrote this for.
Yeah, okay.
But there's a dude that I do comedy with, and
Do I know?
I don't know. I don't think you met him.
Okay.
He is. Well, dude, once I start describing him to you, he's gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. But
Fine.
he doesn't have to watch this. I mean, I don't know. I could cut this part out, but I might save this for like a short. Anyways, I want to use this to roast this guy. He's a bigger. I've told you about him. Bigger dude from Texas.
Okay.
Right? He squashed a chair at a show.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I had some roasts for him. Like one of the roasts I said was, dude, he looks like he's Hispanic. I said he looks like he sweats horchata and regret. Right? But that's not the one I'm most stoked on. So I came up with a story that he used to be a DJ, and his DJ name was DJ Bigger Piece, because every time they pass out cake, he asks for a bigger piece.
You're like a jerk.
DJ Bigger Piece, because every time they pass out cake, he asks for a bigger piece. I'm gonna need a bigger piece.
A big piece of that. There's always that person. Because I work with people. We just had a cake for we had an employee leave, and she's awesome. She actually did this presentation for a thesis.
Uh-huh.
And it was like remote Zoom. You can see it. But anyway, we had cake for it, and there's like two people like, no, like you can see they're waiting for the bigger piece of cake that she actually made for everyone.
Dude, DJ Bigger Piece.
Do you think he's gonna respond well? He'll laugh.
He will. He'll. Yeah, I've roasted him a couple of times. He's the same one that says that he has 8 kids, and I say, the proper grammar is I have eaten kids.
Oh my god. Get your English right, dude.
I have 8 kids. I'm like, no. In America, we say I have eaten kids. Fucking fee, fi, fo, fum. His pronouns are fee, fi, fo, fum. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyways, that's funny. All right. So we don't really have like a topic today. Well, no, we do. I take that back. We do. We were going to talk about mentors.
Yes.
But I don't know if we should get into that, because I do have something funny that I want to show that I was laughing my ass off at today. And it was one of those, like, I see a lot of stuff that makes me laugh, but there's certain things that I watch that just make me giggle.
Yes.
And so
you're in fact. Well, how about this? No, we have to do it. Just a suggestion. Is that something that maybe we should like end with today? Like end on a funny note, or like,
whatever. I mean, we dude, I need to get this out of the way because
you're so fixated on it. You're like,
I can't help it right now, dude.
Gotta hit play. Gotta hit play.
Yeah. So let me pull this up really quick.
Okay.
And then I'll share it.
Is this something you found today, or was it?
Yes,
today?
it is. It is. It's something I found today. I'm not going to show the whole video.
It's a video. Okay.
I'm not going to show the whole video. I'm just going to show parts of it. Hold on. All right. So I'm going to put it here. So, because what I'm going to try and do here is just share on here, and we'll share, but not, let's see. Undo screen. Not that one. Let's do. This is the one we want. Okay. So
You haven't even hit play yet, dude. Are you fucking serious right now? Oh my god.
Oh, dude. Oh my gosh. It is so...
Just fucking. Can you even give like an overview before we do this shit? Or
Okay, so I'll give you a preface.
okay.
Look, as somebody who speaks 3 languages and has been made fun of while learning those other languages because my pronunciation was off, I find empathy, but also think it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Like it motivated me to work better on my pronunciation, right? And like I would speak Spanish to people, and I would be using like grammatically correct like vocabulary and stuff, and people would be like, "No entiendo el inglés. I don't understand English." And I'm like, "I'm speaking Spanish, dude." It's like, yeah. So this is. I'm just gonna show the first part, but we'll see. This is Japanese people.
Oh no.
Pronouncing the word refrigerator. Oh my gosh, dude.
Refrigerator.
これなんですかね。リフリガレーター。
The refrigerator.
リフリガレーター。
レフリゲラート。
レホゲレーター。
リフリガータ。
リフリゲレーター。
Refrigerator.
I think you just called your refrigerator gay.
なんだっけリフレンダー。リフリ
Differenta.
At least they're having fun too.
Yes. Refrigerator.
Fucking stroke right now.
リフリジェラーター。
リフリゲレーター。
レフリジェレーター。
Oh, hey,
This guy nailed
there we
it.
go. Yeah, you
レフ
fucking
リ
did.
があとは。
シマルチャー。
We'll hold off because
Simultaneous.
this is them saying simultaneously. Yes.
Too many syllables.
Oh god, there's more, dude. There's more, but I want to save it.
Yeah, fucking.
I want to save
What's
it.
gonna be? How about this?
Oh,
I
dude.
want to see us try and pronounce some freaking Japanese.
Oh yeah,
With
yeah.
the, I don't even know what.
Scotta.
Okay, but that's just
Yes.
from a movie.
I had.
You're using movie accent. Like that doesn't count. We would need someone that understands the actual pronunciation of Japanese.
Yeah,
To even have some type of context.
I know a little bit. Well, yes, I know. Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend
I
like
know
I
a
know.
little bit of Japanese.
I do. So
Don't. But arigato.
yeah, like
Fucking everyone knows that.
refrigerator. The refrigerator.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, so good. Refrigerator. Yes, but there are very specific things. I mean, I've got buddies that speak Japanese that, dudes that were like Mormon missionaries there and stuff that
Nice.
tell me some of the stuff. But one of my favorite stories.
Did you learn curse words?
I'm sure they learned some. No, they don't curse in Japan.
No, I was just making fun of Mormons. They probably didn't even try and do.
I'm sure they did. But one of my favorite stories. First of all, I think Japanese people are amazing.
Yeah.
Right. I was working. I won't name the companies, but I worked with a big software, like PC manufacturer, like a big one, and we were working on recruiting some of the retailers in Japan that sold their product. And the rep for the big manufacturer was, I'm not going to say his name, but he was a Japanese guy, and he spoke enough broken English. And the whole plan was that we were going to I was going to train him on what he needed to say to the like IT
Like
guys.
pitch or
Yeah, so he was going to basically help them do the technical implementation because I couldn't help them in English. I mean, and so I was training him in English, and we had like these terms and conditions that the retailer would have to sign on our website to get access to all the stuff that they were going to use.
So what's the funny story?
So I'm talking to this guy, the rep, and he's like, okay, we're talking about like how they're going to get the terms and conditions get sent to them, to the retailer, but they weren't. So this is what he says. He goes, Scott, I have one question. What happen if a customer gets email and they think, oh, what is this? It is English. And I started laughing so hard. And I'm like, you have a good point, dude. You have a good point. We probably should translate it from English to Japanese. Scott, what happen if a customer gets email and they think, oh, what is this? It is English. Dude, I was dying, bro. I was dying. I was like, this guy's amazing. I love that dude. He was the best.
Animated.
Yes. But just so nice. And the funny thing is like I would talk really slow and explain things to him. And I'd be like, did you understand all that? And he'd be like, yes, understand. And then he'd go, Scott, I have one question. And then he would ask me like exactly what I had just told him.
So you didn't.
And like, so yeah, because they're like, and I don't know. I'm
probably trying to be polite.
Well, no, that's one of the things is like they don't like to say no, right? So it's like, yes, everything's like they don't want to like offend you that you were like, that you didn't do it right. It's like, oh yeah, you did great. But I've got the question.
I didn't understand 90% of what you just said.
I have one question. Oh, Scott is good information. I like it a lot. Yeah. And then there's another story about my brother had this.
Which one, younger or older?
My younger.
Okay.
He went to China. I don't know if he's going to be upset at this, but he had this Chinese guy that was his, he was like his liaison over in China that like worked with the different factories to like get stuff built, whatever, and make sure everything was on time and whatever. And they're in a car ride, and my little brother, the guy, his like American name was Silence. Because Japanese or Chinese people like
Silence.
Yeah, because they just pick a name in English.
What? That's not a name. That's a word.
I know, and it could be a word. Yeah, like yes. My name is Erection. Like who won the last election? President Trump.
So Silence in your brother.
So Silence and my brother are driving, and Silence is like they're having a conversation. And Silence is like, Sean, in your country, is it okay to date a black girl?
Okay.
And Sean's like, yeah, of course, it's fine. And he goes,
said black just in case.
Yeah, he goes, maybe you like a black girl not so dark, or Kyrie Barry.
Oh my god. Not so black?
Yeah, not so black, or Kyrie Barry.
Is it not okay in his country?
I don't know. We'd have to ask Sean, but he it was pretty funny, dude.
God. But Sean is.
Yeah, anyways, he like literally got his phone out and he's like, hey dude, say that again. Like what? He's like, what? No. He's like, what?
Now my camera, fuck you.
So funny, dude.
Oh,
yeah. Anyways, to all of our all like 5 fans that we have out there, there's not being racist. Just appreciating the other culture. Yeah. I think it's hilarious. And one of the things that I understand is that the reason that it's hard to learn how to do the pronunciation is because in our language, there are very specific ways that we pronounce syllables, and there's like combinations of like one thing comes after another. Like in Spanish, it was really hard for me to get the words to roll off my tongue. And literally like my mouth would be like sore, like fatigued, right? Not so much anymore. My tongue can like,
fuck yeah.
Yeah. So, but like I would be like, dude, I can't.
Really fucking lame.
Yeah.
That was.
And
his tongue's great.
Yeah, but I had to practice that, and so you do have to practice. And I mean, there's other like, dude, if you try to get me to pronounce like French or German words, like
not gonna happen.
And it's even hard to even phonetically hear the difference in the sounds. So like, I think it's funny in a way, not like, hey, you guys are stupid.
No,
it's funny because it's struggling because English and Japanese are so different from each other.
You're hitting the nail on the head with the whole syllable, the pronunciation of each syllable, right, and the movement of your mouth. It's completely different. But it's completely
yes, and it's not easy. So when you hear people that have good pronunciation, and English is not their first language, I'm always like, dude, I compliment them because I understand how hard it is, because I worked so hard with Spanish to the point where, you know, when people compliment me, I'm like, yeah, I know. Like,
Super humble about it.
no, but I've just spoken it so much
Yeah.
that, you know, and I worked really hard at it to the point where, you know, I that's one of the few things that I get a lot of compliments on is people are like, oh my gosh, you know, your Spanish is like, you know, are you, like, where are you from? And I'm like, dude, I grew up in, you know, Southern California, and
White as fuck.
yeah, and my parents speak no Spanish, you know, but yes. So I have a respect for people that try. And one of the things that I had to learn, I mean, going off into a tangent about Spanish or any language that you want to learn, the key is to just be consistent and to put yourself out there. You have to, you're going to look stupid. I looked stupid and sounded stupid for a long, I mean, I'm used to it in English already.
Oh, shit. Yeah, pretty used to looking.
I beat you to that. I saw your face light up and you're like, oh,
I'm gonna fucking get you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm used to that, but you got to sound stupid, dude. You got to sound stupid for a while, and that's okay. And that's the only way that you get better at it. And I think that's the truth with anything.
With anything, but consistency with anything is going to make you better. But English, I mean, speaking a different language, like when I took Spanish in junior high, all throughout high school, and actually even in college, but didn't use it as consistently as I should have. Even being in Cancun when we went there for like about 2 weeks or something like that, by like the end of that and getting to speak Spanish down there, I was starting to get to the flow of things and I could start to think in Spanish. I remember that, like, holy shit. Now, not the case, but I could read Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be very easy for me. And
wait, you can read?
I'm getting better.
I can read.
Yeah, I can read English. I can read Spanish though. But and hearing my family, when my tias, my cousins, and my dad, I can understand what they're saying, but it just happens so fast. Spanish sounds so. Even when I hear you speak Spanish, whoa, I pick out like every other word.
Yeah.
But if I'm there for a back and forth conversation, I gotta get the gist of what you guys are talking about.
That was the hardest part for me, was distinguishing between where one word ended and the next one started.
Right.
And I mean, even in English, like, you know, I mean, dude, there's even like some people that speak English where I'm like, what did you just say? Yeah. And also, you know, like the dialect too, like, you know, Dominicans do, they have a very specific, you know, slang dialect and how they pronounce words, and they, you know, soften sounds on like the S's, and like where there's almost no sound at all, and they'll cut out D's and stuff like that. And
like we cut out K.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, I mean, we do that with a lot of words, you know, and also it's regional too. It depends on, you know, where you know, in some parts of the U.S., you don't pronounce the T in mountain. Yeah.
I go to the mountains.
The mountains.
I don't go to the mountains.
Yeah, you go to the mountains.
I don't go to the mountains. I go to the mountains.
The mountains, yeah.
Yeah. Regular.
Yeah. I like to give those lady the mountains. Get out your saddle. We're going to start the mountains.
Oh, my God. Not you, Scott.
Oh, no, not again. So that's the kind of stupid stuff that. Also, I gotta bring up. Well, no, we'll skip this because it was a funny joke. But anyways, I feel like
not the one you said you weren't gonna say. Like,
yeah, no. I already said the one I said I wasn't gonna say.
Oh, that's right.
I think this is a perfect segue into the topic of mentors.
How's it a perfect segue?
Because, you know, for me learning Spanish, for example, I had people that helped me.
Okay.
But I also had, I think the most important thing for me, because I mean, when I went to the Dominican Republic as a missionary, I had like my ecclesiastical leader, like, you know, they like lay their hands on top of your head and they give you like a blessing, a prayer thing, basically saying like, you know, hey, protect you while you're on your, you know, your mission trip or whatever, you know, like all sorts of stuff. And he straight up told me that I would learn to speak Spanish
before you even knew where you're going.
No, I knew where I was going at this point.
Okay, and that's cheating.
Hold on. But he said this to me, that I would learn to speak it like the natives. Right. So basically saying like he said that to me. Now, I don't necessarily attribute that to God. Maybe I should. And I'm like an ungrateful like piece of crap. But I think the most important part about that for me was that I believed it.
Yeah.
He said that to me. I believe that was God talking through him in the moment. I believe that, and I believe that God wanted me to be there. And so I believed in something bigger than myself that I relied upon the whole time, that there was this confidence from this other person that I considered
your mentor.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, it was God. I mean, but
God's your mentor.
No,
I'm not trying to be smart.
I know you're not trying to be smart.
Okay.
I'm just saying that I had something outside of me that I believed in me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I believed that God knew I could do it.
Yeah.
And so therefore I believed I could do it. And that motivated me to work harder and to not let the frustrations like overwhelm me. Also, I didn't want to bring shame upon my family and like give up before the 2 years, you know?
We had to send him home because he sucked at Spanish.
Yeah.
So you're done. But no, I'm not saying that you're wrong or that I disagree with you. I think there's bad. I also think, from your friend outside looking in, that there's already this you have a level of pride and ego that's necessary to be successful in life. And I think that's already there. So
Sure.
in that moment, I could see you consciously, subconsciously taking it as like, okay, this is the challenge. I'm going to rise above.
Yeah.
Not just like meet the expectation. I'm going to surpass this shit. Go all in.
Yes.
Kind of what you do. You've always been like that in different ways.
Not necessarily. I think I've given up on certain things at certain points. Yeah.
I'm sure that's happened, but there's other times when you go all in and done.
Yeah. Well, so the comparison that I'm making with me learning Spanish with a mentor is that I think one of the best things a mentor can do for you, for anybody, you, the royal you, is instill that confidence in you that you can do it. Right. And so like I just had lunch with my uncle today, my uncle Gary, who's awesome, who's the one that I reached out to when I first decided that I was going to go down this stand-up comedy journey. And I tell you what, man, it was a battle for me. And I've had a few people throughout my life that I would consider a mentor.
What would you say? Like, let's go back even earlier. Like your earlier mentors. We definitely discussed your uncle and how he's been instrumental.
Have we, or did we do it on the first one where it didn't record any audio?
Oh, you know what?
I think so.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I think so.
Damn it, that was really good too.
Yeah. Well, we can go back. We can go back into that, but yes, we can go back to the beginning.
Your mentors, because I would like to think most people have mentors, even when you're still in your adolescence, like teens. Because I'll tell you right now, there's like teachers. We had it at Dana that definitely taught me more than the subject I was there to learn.
Yeah.
I don't think that they would mind if we said their name. I'm respectfully not going to right now. I'll just say that he was a history teacher that turned into more than a history teacher by the time we left high school.
He started teaching the future.
Yeah, it's fucking rad. Went and came back.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. Get it?
Yeah.
But I taught character. I had coaches. Yeah. Same thing that I learned more than the sport that I was playing.
Yeah.
It's just things like that.
Same. Like our JV baseball coach was one of those guys.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
That we need to have.
He would be great on here.
Hell yes. He would.
Yeah.
Bro.
I would love to hear his perspective from that day we got super high and played in that game.
Blue juice.
Yeah. No, red juice.
Is it red juice?
Red juice. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely red juice. Yeah.
We got to get it.
But we
the
could.
reason that we're talking about this is before we started recording, you said something, and I was like, "Yeah, I appreciate you," and it made my skin fucking crawl because I like that.
So you don't appreciate me, as you're trying to say?
At all, ever?
I don't.
No, I totally do. I appreciate things that the thing that someone does. Right?
Okay.
And so normally, 99.9% of the time, when I say I appreciate something, the opposite, I say I appreciate you, because I had a mentor that he would say that.
And so it kind of lost its.
It lost its luster, it
Yeah.
lost its meaning, it lost everything. Now, aside from all of that, this dude taught me so much about myself, so much about what I do for a living now.
Yeah.
Let me make mistakes, learn from them. I could have the most argumentative debates with him about things. And one time we got really, really heated. I don't want to get to the details, but he essentially was just like, you know, you need to go home. There was this beyond tension existing between us. And I was like, are you fucking firing me right now? And he just took a step back and said, just take the rest of the day,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and like, let's talk tomorrow.
And you're like, thanks, I appreciate you.
No. Appreciate you. Fuck you. But I was so fucking mad. I was ready, like, fuck you. I don't even need this job. You know, you don't even deserve my time. I was just ridiculously selfish in that moment,
Mm-hmm.
looking back. And in that moment, right then and there, I was right. Fuck you. You're wrong. You don't understand. Anyway, long story longer, I went home and I meditated and sat there for like 2 hours, in and out, meditating, in and out, meditating. Didn't realize I was doing it for 2 hours. Came back the next day, had an actual adult conversation about what we disagreed upon. And we were stronger than ever after that.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That's cool.
It was fucking awesome. But also this guy, he invested his time in it. Right?
Yeah.
So
He cared.
Once a week, he'd come into my office. No one was allowed in unless like the building was on fire type of shit. And sometimes we would talk about work. And sometimes we just talk about random bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
He taught me how to get to know people and certain attachment styles that they may have, behaviors, the way processes, the way their processes are when it comes to struggle, anxiety.
Sounds like a therapist, bro.
He is a therapist.
Okay.
Yeah, he is.
So you got free therapy.
No. It wasn't about me. It was just about freaking life. It wasn't.
But that's a big part of the therapy, dude, is understanding
other people.
Yeah. And as well, so understanding yourself first. Because I think that's probably one of the biggest issues with like when we have interpersonal problems or whatever, is like I think that most people don't understand themselves in the first place.
I agree.
They don't understand where their own shit's coming from, so it's impossible for them to understand where somebody else is coming from.
And I totally agree with you. The only thing I say no is because I had a therapist at that time, and it was not like that. But now that you're saying that, I can see
there's a lot of similarities, sure.
A lot of similarities.
But it's more of a mentorship scenario where you're like, I'm not paying you $200 an hour.
But no, you're actually paying me to be here. And
well, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
He helped me out, and then another one for him. I told this guy like these are my goals, right? My professional goals. This was when I was actually developing a career for the first time in my life. Felt like I had turned into the ultimate douchebag because I had a business card and letters behind my name. And I told him what I wanted to do, and he was at least honest and forthcoming to be like, "Hey, what you want to do is never going to happen here." And it didn't stop him from making me better, and essentially gave me the skill set to leave the company that I was working.
To go somewhere else.
And
grow.
And leveled me up. I hope that a lot of people get those types of opportunities. And sometimes you get them and just like let it pass because it could be challenging. There are definitely times, like I said, with that one guy, we got into arguments, but those arguments made us better.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of being like, fuck you, this, I quit. My ego could have totally stepped in that moment.
Let's take my ball and go home.
Well, bro, it got heated because it was like financial shit. And I was like, I deserve a raise, and I legit did deserve a raise. And his response to that, I was in a relationship at a time, and he's just like, well, why doesn't? And he says the girl's name. He's like, well, why doesn't she just make more money? Fucking what, dude? And that's when I just got really pissed off.
Yeah.
And the conversation too.
God, now I know how to get under your skin, dude.
What, talk about money?
Yeah, talk about the chick you did. Why didn't she just make more money, loser?
Yeah, that's kind of how it felt. Like, what the fuck? So,
Oh, why doesn't your chick just make more money, idiot?
the fuck?
Yeah, he's like, what? In other words, no, I'm
Yeah.
not giving you more money. Why don't you go tell your chick to ask her a raise?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Dude,
Okay,
that's
right on
funny.
top of that.
That's solid advice. so,
I'm gonna go home with that.
so yeah,
Hey, so my boss said you need to make more money.
yeah.
Not me. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, that job didn't last. Left that job and got well worth it.
Yeah.
To leave that company, and I left on good terms.
Well, I had a few mentors throughout my life, dude. I got to stop myself from saying I wish, like, because I look back on my life and I wish, that I would have. I take that back. Things I can't. I don't spend a lot of time like thinking, oh, I wish things were different, because I realize that's stupid. There's no point in doing that. Where I'm at now, I'm very grateful for the mentor that I have, but I had a lot of mentors that kind of pulled me into different directions. And whether that was just the way it was supposed to be, if you want to call it fate or whatever, I don't know. But, I did have some in elementary school. There's one dude in particular. Again, his name's Kirk. He is the father of, he's a Mormon guy. He's the father of a girl that we graduated with. Anyways, like, he was one of the first people that I felt like, I mean, there was other people in the church. There was, there's a couple of people
What did he
in
do for
church.
you?
So I didn't know, I mean, I knew him, but I didn't know him super well. But so I had like done Boy Scouts, and I was about to turn 18, and I was like 3 or 4 merit badges away from getting my Eagle Scout. And I was, dude, at 18, at 17, I was over it. I was like, yeah, I'm over that. And I did my Eagle project. And I think we refurbished the batting cages at the Del Obispo Fields.
What?
Yeah. I think you were there for it, dude. I think I have pictures of you there. But
Really?
But so he called me up and he's like, hey, you're like right there, dude, right at the finish line. You can't get your Eagle Scout award after you turn 18. Like that's a cutoff.
Did you do it with our other 3 friends and you guys were in the newspaper?
No, mine was by myself, but we might have been in like the Des Moines News or something. But
okay.
So we set it up. He had a lot to do with it. Used to be called Del Obispo Youth Baseball back then. Now it's Dana Point. Yeah. But anyway, so he just called me up and he's like, hey man, he set everything up. Like, I mean, I did the work to get like the final merit badges, and I did my Eagle Scout project, which was we went down to the Del Obispo baseball fields where we grew up playing. It's not Little League, it's pony baseball, but it's for the lay person, it's Little League.
It's real baseball.
Yeah, it is. It is baseball for kids where you can steal bases and you can actually play like, the major leaguers do.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
you made it, all of the?
It was just the batting cages at the Del Obispo Fields.
Okay.
And I mean, we like fixed up the nets, we fixed up the signs, we like dug out a bunch of sand and dirt that had like filled in the sides of it and put like, like sandbags to like, reinforce it and stuff like that. And I don't know, I probably had like 30, 40 people there helping.
So what do you think you learned from
them? I don't know that I learned. I mean, one, I learned like how to like give a shit about other people. Like he didn't have to do that. Like,
I mean, other people that you don't really are in contact.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I just felt like, I mean, I was kind of like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal for me to get my Eagle Scout, but I was all like, the fact that he reached out and was like, hey, I know this will be something that will enhance your life, that you should just do, and I'm going to help you. And the fact that he cared that much, like, dude, I mean, to this day, he's one of my favorite people on the planet.
Yeah, well, clearly you made an imprint.
Yeah, he did. And then before I went on my Mormon mission in the Dominican Republic, I worked for him. He gave me a job, doing BS. I mean, not BS. I mean, I did actual work, but he gave me a job, so I could make some money for like the few months that I'd moved back down to Orange County from Santa Barbara before I left to the Dominican Republic. And he's just one of the greatest people I've ever known, and I will love that guy forever. He's awesome. He's one of the few mentors. What he's taught me, he's honest.
Yeah.
And he cares about, he does things not for what he can get out of it, but for what he can give to other people for it. Right. So he was more concerned with adding value to my life rather than trying to get something back from me.
I get that.
Yeah.
See, I didn't learn that young. I've learned that now. And what I mean by now is in the last like 9 years. But I learned that it didn't sink in though when I was younger. All this stuff that I was learning from the teacher, the coach.
Oh yeah, a lot of stuff I learned didn't sink in either.
It didn't freaking sink in, and it should have, because, and I'll say this dude's name because Oz Simmons, we actually referred to him on the podcast.
Yeah.
He really taught me a lot about self-discipline and conducting myself in a respectful manner, no matter where I was.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up kicking me off the team for senior, and I had scholarship. It just fucking did not exist anymore after that. Well, there was another reason too. Anyway, and even though I was no longer on the team, like he brought me in and we had a conversation about what he was expecting of me and why. And he was right. He wasn't wrong about it. But I was this cocky.
You?
Just a little bit. 17-year-old that had no aspirations to be a professional athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't give a shit about going to college. I had other things that I was going to do, and I pursued those, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it's one of those I wish moments.
Yeah.
I wish that would have sunk in, but I still apply it now. I even talk to Oz when I jog on the beach, because that man, for spring break, me to run this coast, Emerald Bay.
Mm-hmm.
His parents lived, and while everyone else was on spring break, we didn't get spring break. We were living in the gym, waking up at 5 a.m, running 3 miles, going to the beach, working out all day, coming back, playing the gym. Insane. But that dude, when we would run the cove, he would swim. He swam, and his dog would just watch him and walk at the same pace.
Wow.
That he was swimming. It was the most impressive thing I ever freaking learned. But I honesty, caring about other people. I really pay attention to those things that add up in a man. I think anyone, but in a man, because I think that's the way they were trying to mentor me, as like a man.
Mm-hmm.
And it was honesty, patience, having integrity is huge, which I was lacking for decades. Maybe one of the most important ones is patience.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Dude, as you're talking about that, I've realized that my dad is more of a mentor than I would ever give him credit. But I don't know that he's so much taught by dude, his level of frustration with me on like the golf course or the baseball field, like even to this day, dude, if we brought I'm not going to say last names, but Lee or Rick,
okay,
they every time I see them, they yell my name the same way my dad would yell my name at me. And I'm going to turn my head away from the microphone, but it sounds like this. Because he would yell, dude, to the point where it was like higher than he could actually yell, because he's just yelling so loud.
His vocal cord was strangling himself.
Yes, dude. And they'd see me, and my dad was just so frustrated with me, dude, because I was like this ADHD kid that they didn't really understand what ADHD was back then. Or I don't even know what it is. I still don't think we've really truly understood my brain.
No.
But
science will one day.
Yeah, they know more about the ocean's floor than my own brain.
Yeah, they do.
But he definitely taught through example. And, one of the things, I'm going to try to not get emotional while I'm talking about my dad, because as you know, my dad has a form of dementia, Parkinson's dementia. and it's very, very difficult. And it's been going on for years, and it's, just watching him go down is really tough. But, there's a blessing behind that, in that, like, I've had the opportunity to hash out all the shit that happened when I was younger between him and I, and like the things he wasn't a perfect dad by any means, but dude, he's a great dad. There's a scene. Have you seen The Last of Us, that show with Pedro Pascal? Okay. So the last episode, or one of the last, that season's still going, but one of the most recent episodes, it goes back to showing his childhood with his brother.
That's so.
Yes.
Yeah.
And his dad, is like, I watched my dad, beat me. And he goes, I've tried to do just a little bit better. And I hope when it's your turn, you can do a little bit better. And so, and that hit me in that scene, because I know my dad's situation that he grew up in. And I could tell you that he did a way better job than what he came from. It's miraculous.
Yes.
What my dad was able to do, and how he's just an honest man. Except for the one time I heard him say the F word when he was watching a UCLA football game, and I called him out on it, and he said, I didn't say that. Yeah. Except for that, he's just an honest man. And one of the things I'm most bummed about right now is that I know that when I would ask my dad or tell him about a scenario, that he would give me the correct advice every time, like a fucking robot. Like, he would see the situation and he would just give me the right advice. And that's totally, it's not there anymore. He's not capable of doing that. He's not capable. He might have that in his head and he might want to say it, but it gets lost in translation when it goes from his brain to his mouth. And I did not want to get emotional on this podcast, or any of them for that matter.
I think it's fucking rad. No, it's not, dude.
That's the point of the podcast,
Yes,
is like, but still make fun of me, like, call me a little pussy or something.
Not in this moment, no.
But anyways, dude, that's what's going on there, and that's been tough, dude, because that part of him is gone. Like, I'll never get that back, and I really, you realize how much you appreciate that kind of stuff when it's gone, but it's hard for me. It's like, there's a part of me that is like, it's almost like I'm mourning him in pieces. Right?
It makes sense.
I don't know how, yeah.
Because you say there's moments where your dad, again, I've had very, 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 very time with your dad. I was over there a couple of times recently, and we're just like watching the game, stuff like that. So I don't know what conversations are really all about when you're there for your time, what he can recall, if that's even going down. But I would imagine for you, maybe you get into the flow, you're watching the game, this or that, and you kind of forget yourself, and then you just like dad to be cognizant of.
Nah, dude, I feel like such a piece of shit. I don't know, dude, maybe this is a coping mechanism, but my dad would get so frustrated with me as a kid because my like brain body like connection, like I didn't pick up things. I had to work a lot harder than both my brothers did on a lot of stuff like that. Like I didn't pick up a golf club and like swing it perfectly every freaking time like my brother, but he would be so frustrated with me, and I know he wasn't like mad at me. He was frustrated because he didn't know how to help me. He had no idea. And so his frustration about his inability to help me came out, right?
How does that make you, Dick?
Because I treat him the same way now that he treated me back then. And I have like no patience.
He deserves it.
No, yeah, I don't believe that, but I've been very impatient with him at times, but I don't know, dude. I'm learning. Like at the beginning, I think I was just like he'd try to say something, and then usually he tries to say something and he can't get it out, and I'll be like, "Easy for you to say." I do that to him every time, and he's like, "Oh yeah." And so now I just make a joke about it, and it's like, dude, it is what it is. Like I know he's not going to get the sentence out. He has a thought, and he'll start talking, and then I know it's not coming out. It's just not. He will not find it. I could sit there and try to help him, and he's just going to be frustrated, whatever.
So just move on.
I think in the beginning I got really frustrated with that, and now I just got to the point where our conversations, it's just me talking, and him listening, and so I just kind of go on these like monologues, which obviously I'm really good at. I can just keep talking,
Unfortunate.
I know. Well, it's a good thing for a
Okay,
comedian.
so here, let's like bring it back to like you had a dad as a mentor that again you can see in hindsight.
Yes, and it was through example that he taught me.
Yeah, through example, and that's good. I mean, you can apply that shit to your life now. Maybe lose your patience with him, whatever. The thing is, you're not going to remember. Maybe I don't know, right?
No, he remembers that stuff, dude. That's the hardest part about this is it's not like dementia where you're like he's not confused about what's going
Just
on.
gets stuck.
He's very, very cognizant of the fact that he is losing it. So when he can't like, dude, it would be like imagine you're paralyzed, and you're paralyzed, and you're like, I want to move my right arm, and you've done it before. You've done it before a million times, and you're trying to do it, and it's just not happening.
That's happened.
Yeah.
Do you remember my left arm?
When you stepped on my blocks in kindergarten?
Yeah, that was the first time I broke my fucking dick. The second time I shattered my fucking left arm, broke my ribs, broke my elbow, shattered my humerus, and it pinched a nerve, and I couldn't move my fingers, my hand, or nothing for almost over a year. That was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy. So now I get what you're saying though. Like your dad, that's frustrating.
He's very aware of it, and he is frustrated.
I mean, I would rather have the example that we were just using of not being able to move a limb as opposed to like I can't get my brain to.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for him to communicate because it's hard for him to have like an actual conversation, because one, the other person's got to be very patient with you, and he just I don't know what's going on in his head, but I know that he understands that he is not capable of having that conversation. So it's not like he's confused about what's even going on.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he knows, and that's one of the hardest parts,
Brutal.
So, but I mean, like he'll ask me when I come over there, he'll be like, "Oh, how was your last show?" Like he knows what's going on in my life, right? He knows what's going on in people's lives. He's cognizant of everything that's going on around him. It's just his ability to relay that back is just, yeah. So anyhow, he is definitely, I have to give credit for him being one of my mentors because he has been. I know he wasn't perfect, but I mean, he's done more for me than any other man has ever done for me in my life. So, by far.
And
I mean, by far.
Most in one of these days, I don't know, maybe you'll get that experience, have kids your own, but that's what you want. It has taken some time for both my kids to understand that, like, I'm telling you things and giving you guys suggestions so you're better and smarter than I was at your age.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they just, no, you're controlling and you want, tell me what to do. It's like, no, I've been on this planet long enough to where I've learned the hard way. And now there's times where I'm going to let you fucking learn the hard way for some things because that builds character. Then also, I'm going to give you some guidance along the way where you're not just every time, And with my grandpa, my dad definitely did a better job than he did. And I feel like I've done a better job than my dad has. My dad's even said that. I was pretty close to not even. I did become worse for a period of my life. I think one of the worst things I could have done is be physically present when I was for those, unfortunate years. I do. I think your dad did his job as a dad.
Oh, for sure. I mean, he did it for 6 kids, dude.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
like way beyond expectations.
yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
6
My 6 kids don't even know me.
I know. Damn it. You need to be again, fucker. But how's this also for 6 kids? My mom once, she told me she wanted 6 boys. Could you imagine if I had 5 younger brothers?
No,
Dude.
I
I think I'd be dead.
I don't know, dude. I think you probably would have. I think you probably would have had a little bit more sense of responsibility. Because that stuff, when you have younger siblings, like there is a little bit of responsibility there. Like, I only have one, but it's usually the oldest is like the most responsible.
I don't know. Well, I guess I have a half sister.
Yeah, that doesn't
Doesn't
count.
really count.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know, dude.
How many other mentors do you think you've had?
A handful.
Mormon, your uncle.
A handful. I don't know. There's been several throughout the years, like even playing like small parts in my life. I mean, there was a couple of high school teachers that were, I think in the last, I don't know, the biggest one right now in my life has got to be my Uncle Gary for sure. I go back to that, that example of me believing that I could learn Spanish, because somebody else told me that I could. And I believed that, going down this pathway of doing comedy and really like not believing in myself at all. And having my uncle who is like, dude, you 100% can do this. Like no doubt in my mind kind of thing. And putting that belief in me when I wasn't ready to believe in myself. And I still have those question marks sometimes, I still battle with that. But I think I've made it far enough down like the runway where I'm like, at least like starting to pick up speed where I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I can take off, and it's.
And you'll eat shit again too. And I don't.
Oh, for sure.
I'm saying that to be funny, and that's part of the deal.
Yeah,
it's part of the fucking deal.
Yes, but just him, dude. He just helped me break it down into like manageable like chunks and like, hey, let's just work on this right now, and then I work on that, and then like things would just happen, and he was just there. Also him like, my parents being like not necessarily like not helping, well, not helpful.
Okay.
Not helpful
because
they're like all concerned. Dude, I'm freaking 47 years old, dude, and my mom still treats me like I'm freaking 12, dude.
That will never go.
I know.
Yeah.
But so him also explaining to my parents like, hey, stay off his back. Like literally like telling them like, hey, I believe he can do this kind of thing. So that my parent, because my mom says shit sometimes. I love my mom to death. My mom is a great mom, right? And there's so many things that, anyways, she just says some shit sometimes that she doesn't realize. And I'm like, oh my God. But, my mom.
You hear how insulting you just sounded. Like
yes,
that type of shit.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Like, and no idea. Just clueless. And I'm like, and I have to explain it to her, like before I blow my freaking top of my head off, like,
laughing because I can relate.
Dude, and it's like, dude, it goes back to the joke that I tell about, how like, when I first left the church and I was like at rock bottom and my mom's like, well, maybe you're addicted to being an asshole. And I'm like,
it's the last thing I need to fucking hear.
I'm addicted to being an asshole. The most messed up part is that she was probably right. That's the most messed up part, dude. Is she was probably spot on right. It's like you
with it.
Yes, and I was like, thanks a lot, Mom. Like, dude, I probably was addicted to being an asshole.
Well, how old were you then?
Oh, dude, this was
20.
No, I was in my 30s, dude. I was in my like early.
You're definitely addicted to being an asshole in your 30s.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, maybe early 30s, maybe 32, 33, somewhere around there. Yeah. Yeah, 30.
Okay, but go back to your mom making you feel like shit.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, she just says stuff sometimes where I'm just like, dude. But my uncle has stepped in to be like, hey, just he's doing this. Like this is, and that takes me back to why I came up with this concept of dude awakening. Is this has been a spiritual experience for me, learning about myself, going through this process, because I'm like discovering parts of me that I didn't. I mean, I don't know. It's like I'm discovering myself somewhat. I've been meaning to tell you, Nick. No, I'm just
Okay.
I like vegan burgers.
With or without mayo.
Yeah, but only in the desert, in Thailand, or in prison.
That's it. Yeah. You're figuring something else.
Yeah. So, anyways, he has given me like that. He's basically taught me things that I didn't understand about myself, and he's been a buffer between some of my family and I. And he's also just given me the confidence that like he knows, like he's mentored some people that have made it in this business, and he's like, you could hold your own in a room with any of these guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm like, I definitely have had a hard time accepting that in my own mind about me. So anyways, that's one of the things that's probably the biggest thing.
I think it's always I don't want to say always, it's common for that to happen, right? For other people to see things clearer.
Yeah,
As
well,
opposed to inside the box.
but I think, I think the term is called imposter syndrome, right? And you just feel like you're not. I'm like, am I really a comedian? And I'm like, well, I'm getting on stage and I'm telling jokes and people are laughing. So I guess, yes, that makes me a comedian, like,
You're good. You're talented.
Thank you.
I think
I'm so hard on myself, dude. I want to be so much better than I am.
And you need to be hard on yourself. Maybe not all the time. Maybe not the ways that you are, but there is, to a certain extent, you have.
Yeah.
I mean, look at anyone that is, I would say, leveling up in life. That is a concept and a phrase that I've adopted over the last 8 years, right? It's just like afraid to level up. People that myself afraid to level up. Like we're in high school, dude. We were still seniors. There was times when like guys that had graduated a year, before and 2 years before us would like still show up at our school when school's getting out to like hang out with other high school kids.
Yeah.
Kind of like you didn't level up and move on.
Yeah.
I couldn't fucking wait to get out of here.
Yeah.
We went to Cancun. I came home for a week, flew to Tahoe, found a place to live.
You were just ready to go, dude.
Came home for another week, packed up my shit, fucking left. I wasn't even home for a full summer. Like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
And then because I was
that worked out really good for you.
It was great. Yeah, it was fucking great. But anyway, and then it came to like, doing adult shit. I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
I did not want to. I wanted to do it on my own terms.
I still don't want to do adult shit, bro.
But you're doing it in a different way. You're not, you're not following the white picket fence, get married, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you went and got a job. You're independent. You're taking care of yourself. You're definitely a successful and productive.
Well, it's questionable, but thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Such a shithead. But it's leveling up, so after high school, did I level up? Did you level up? Yes. And then I stopped.
Well, I leveled up a little bit and then I leveled down and then I leveled back up.
Yeah. But I did. Yeah. I kind of like went like this until
I thought it was more like,
yeah, kind of like, I would say I did that at age 32 is when it like fucking went bad to 35. And then after that, it was like, and now, doing what I need to do the right way. And in my experience and my experiences and witnessing other people needing to level up is they're afraid of that responsibility. They're afraid of that commitment. They're afraid of that pressure. And so it's easier to just be like, I'm not going to fucking try. And then I can't blame myself.
Well, so this is something that I've learned through, and maybe we talked about this already at some point in one of our podcasts, but for me, it was doing things that didn't like really truly fulfill me, or that I was like innately really good at was kind of like a safety net, because I would just, I would put effort into it, but there was no like stakes for me.
Mhm.
But now doing comedy, it's like, oh, this is really what I want to do.
And you can't.
And if I
be good at it.
fail, dude, then it's like, what else do I have? Like, so that is, I think that's one of the main reasons why I never did this until now. Because, dude, I'm like, and I know that's one of the main reasons.
It was like being all in is a little too intimidating.
Oh, it's just like, well, what if I fail at it, dude? Like, like then, uh, yeah.
What if? Who cares?
Well, that's how I feel now. That's how I feel now. That's how I feel now. I'm like, well, but also I feel like if I just keep going, I look at it the same way as I look at it Spanish. I'm like, dude, being a comedian and like actually making a living from
The
it.
mentality, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
being a comedian and making enough money to support myself as a comedian is not harder than learning to speak fluent Spanish. It doesn't require more effort
It's a dedication, motivation.
and just consistency.
Mhm.
That's it. Like, I believe that, and so I'm like, but also it's like, I have to have like my mentor in my life that's like reminding me, hey, dude, like, just keep going the course,
Heck yeah.
And I beat myself up because I don't think I need to do more. I want to do more. But like, yeah, I mean, my like expectation of where I should be versus where I am and what I do on a daily basis versus, what I should do. There's a huge gap there, dude. Huge gap,
But I mean, there's also other ways to look at. You were saying, I always want to do more, be more. There is a ripple effect that everyone, right? The people that we're talking about right now probably didn't even realize that. Okay, I had that much of an impact. Scott, right?
Yeah.
There's probably so many things that you did in the Dominican Republic that had a huge ripple effect.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Huge.
there's children without fathers.
I'm being real though. Like you probably, I don't want to say probably, you did. You had a huge ripple effect. I mean, there's
Well, I mean, there are definitely. I'm sure there are people whose lives I affected. For sure. I mean, there are, yeah. There's got to be a handful, but I don't necessarily think of it that way, right? I mean, that's not.
no one stops and only if you're like the most
Yeah,
piece of
I
shit
know.
that ever lives. There's so many people like fucking help. Let me
Yeah.
where there's that one time. No, it happens.
Yeah.
But I do think that this is going to be your continued journey of a different type of success. That's how I see.
Well, thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Stop fucking saying it, dude.
I appreciate you saying that, Nick. Is that better?
No,
Oh, that's worse?
no, it's just because I know you don't really mean it.
Well, yeah, but if I say I appreciate you, I really do. Like, genuinely really do.
But I hear his voice.
Oh, I gotta
And there's
hear his
another
voice
thing.
so you mimic it.
I can't. I mean,
You'll reach across the desk and punch me.
no, it's not like that because I don't have a resentment towards him.
Yeah.
It's just that this
gets on
is
your
what it is.
skin.
This is what it is. He has said it in my presence about someone else to their face, and as soon as that door shuts, he doesn't appreciate a fucking thing about it. So it got me thinking.
Gotcha.
Do you even really appreciate me when you're fucking saying it, dude?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think that it might even be one of like a nervous response that he just has for anyone when they've done something to where it's just automatic for him. And there's times that he doesn't mean it to when he says it to me or said it to me. And there's plenty of times that he meant it when he said it to me. And I'm putting a little bit too much weight into that. It's like, shut the fuck up and just get over it. However, at the same time, I cannot not hear his voice. People say, I just can't. And there's this one employee I had. He worked for us for like 7 months. I appreciate you. Every day, this kid would say it to me. And I just wanted to kick him in the nuts.
Noted.
Because he actually sucked at his fucking job and he thought he was great. Anyway,
I think there's a I,
gotta say
I
that
think
to
there's a lot of people that think they're better than they really are. I'm the exact opposite.
Mhm.
I think I'm way worse than I probably am.
way worse.
Yeah. I think I'm way worse than I probably am.
In what way?
I just don't think I'm as good at certain things as I really am.
I think I meant like worse as far as like character.
Yeah, no. I don't think I'm a bad person. I don't think I have like bad character. No, I mean I'm not. I know what my weaknesses are, but I'm not like I'm never gonna screw somebody over on purpose.
We'll see.
No, I don't.
Wait for that one.
I'm very. Yeah, I'm very. I don't want to deceive people. I don't want to like negatively impact somebody else's life. I don't ever want to do that. And
That could also be someone that it could be like catapulting someone into doing really good for themselves. Because I've had people that I felt wronged me for a total asshole and made that change to like say better myself, but do things healthier.
Yeah.
And not put myself in that position again. So even bad experiences with an asshole or piece of shit, whatever, can be a good thing.
It can, dude. It's funny because I feel like one of the things I had in abundance throughout my younger years.
Body fat.
Yeah, actually, since you said that, so I worked.
Do the joke?
Yeah, I worked into my joke last night, and first time I did it on stage, and it was a precursor to my joke about. Anyways, my joke about trans people being like a vegan burger. We talked about the last episode, but I understand what it's like to feel uncomfortable in like public or open facilities like a locker room or a bathroom. Well, one, Angel Stadium used to have the long troughs, urinal troughs, dude.
So gross.
And I one time took a piss and it was just all black dudes next to me. So that one was a little, so I get that, right? That was, uncomfortable. But dude, the summer before going into junior high or well, in 6th grade, I grew boobs. Dude. I don't know how much you knew about this about me, but I grew, dude, right when I started going through puberty, I grew boy boobs, dude. In 7th grade, my parents, my mom was working for Weight Watchers, and I actually went to Weight Watchers classes, dude. So I was a fat little kid in junior high.
7th grade?
Yes, dude.
Okay, I remember you being
dude.
Busby got fat this
I will pull out the yearbook and show my picture in 7th and 8th grade. And you'll be like, dude, you're a chubby old fucker.
So was I. I think that's kind of like yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But as a kid that age, you're not like all you see are the other kids that are like. Anyways, I'll show you. I should pull out our yearbook right now because I have them right there.
In your computer?
No, right here, dude. In my bookshelf.
Okay. Not right now. Don't get it right now.
I probably should get up and just grab it right now.
Are you fucking serious right now?
Yeah, why not?
Because you're gonna get in front of your camera and my camera.
So what? I could edit that part out. That's 10 seconds. I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking get it.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is gonna be fucked up because I don't even remember what I looked like in junior.
Dude, we're getting it out.
This is gonna be bad.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh, you know what? I want to know what I wrote in your yearbook. It's probably like something stupid. See you at the beach, bro, or some shit. Yeah, now they do.
Right. So
So how's this? There was a Mexican dude whose last name was Galaviz with an S, and he fucking stole my fucking yearbook.
1991, bro. Dude, I have not opened this up. Oh, dude.
So wait, which one? That's 7th grade.
Yes.
Anyway, while you're looking, I'm gonna like talk about this. You said you grew boobs and all that, and like
yes,
because we had 6th grade we're in the same 6th grade class, right?
Yeah.
And then in junior high, you and I had science with each other, and another class as well. And I don't there's not a moment where I was like, oh my god, Busby got fat and all that kind of stuff. So like,
I cut out somebody's picture.
wow, what's the name?
Okay. Do you want to?
Do we know who it is?
Yeah.
Okay, don't say the name, but
I don't. But I don't know
was
which
it a male or female?
because I picked both sides.
Is it a male or female?
Well, both sides is a female, but I don't.
Ooh, I bet you liked her.
I have no idea who this person is. I've never seen this name before.
We'll say the name. We'll bleep that. We'll bleep out the name.
No. I'll tell you after. But bro, you got to see this picture of me, and then I'll show it. That's me in 7th grade.
Oh my god!
I told you, bro. Here, look.
I don't.
I got to show to the camera, dude.
Wait a minute. What?
Yes, I got to show to the camera, dude. Here.
Oh wait, I want to look at the name of the person.
Well, here, let's get.
I know why you cut her name out. I remember her.
I don't.
It's this page. Yeah, you liked her.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you.
Hand me the yearbook so I
No.
can show. I gotta show my picture on the camera, and then I'll show yours.
Wait, hold on. Let me see what I have before you.
Dude, come on.
This is.
Dude, it was pretty bad, bro.
I'm not that bad.
I told you, dude. I told you. People don't.
Dick.
Here, hand it. I gotta put it on the camera. I'll show both of us. Okay.
I don't remember that.
Dude, I was round, bro.
You were rotund.
I was round.
You were rotund.
Here, let's put this on the camera so I can show.
Fucking awesome.
This is me right
Oh my god.
there, dude. Right there.
That's in on that shit.
That's me right there. Look at that face, dude. Look at that face. All right. I was a fat kid, dude. I was a fat kid. Right now, let's show Nick's face.
I don't.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I was chubby too, and I'm like, nah, dude.
No, in 8th grade I was. I remember because how's this from there was a day where I skipped school and went to.
Yeah, you were a little chubby, but not too bad.
I had some cheeks.
Here's Nick. Try not to show all the names. That's you right there.
Still blurry as fuck, but thank you.
I know.
But no, I did in 8th grade because I remember.
Yeah, there you go.
I went to Six Flags. My sister,
Okay.
One of my older sister took me to Six Flags, and all my clothes had got really tight. I had fucking shorts that I hated. They were like not a bright green, but like on the lighter side of greens, and like my thigh barely fit in them. That's how fucking tight they were. And my dad's total fucking asshole. Yeah, you were. Wouldn't let me wear.
Like you're fat.
Wouldn't let me wear shorts that I'd just worn the day before. They weren't like dirty, but because I'd worn them before, he's like, "No, you can't wear those. You got to wear this." So I wore these fucking tight ass shorts that went way up my knee, like mid thigh shit. I didn't wear shorts like that. And then a t-shirt,
Some stubbies.
bro, it was bad.
OP pros.
Yeah, and and I saw fucking like 6 chicks on a random Wednesday at Six Flags. It was Cynthia, Sarah, Des, Lynn, like all those girls. And I felt like, I was 300 pounds wearing these fucking clothes. And I think I even like tried to run away when they clearly saw me. It was messed up. So in 8th grade, definitely. Let's see the 8th grade photo, or
I'll show you.
just show me. I don't.
Let me finish the joke part though. Is like I understand. Like I was like, dude, was anybody else as mortified as I was to like have to do PE in junior high and like shower in the locker rooms? Yeah, and I'm like, dude, that's ridiculous. Like I had, dude, it was like, and dude, my nipples were inverted. It was like, yeah, it was like,
even when you got cold,
it was like they were cold from the inside, dude. It was like they knew how much torment they were going to get in the locker room, so they just went into hibernation. Yeah. Did it look like it had 3 belly
Wait,
buttons?
so like three belly, they weren't squinting, you mean?
Yeah. Dude. So I understand.
Busby.
I understand what it's like to feel uncomfortable in those situations, dude. You know? Anyhow. Let's see. What year? Dude, this is the wrong year. I'm looking at the 7th grade.
That's 8th grade.
I know, but the 7th grade, I was looking at the 7th grade class. Yeah, I was way better in this one.
He probably grew half a foot,
Yeah, probably.
you know.
Let's see. Dude, I'm seeing some of these faces. This is crazy, bro. Does G come after? Ah, you were chill. There you go, dude. You can see it. I'm not gonna put those on the camera, but
No.
anyhow, so that yeah, that was my story, dude. It was rough going through junior high, but I think I think we could.
Face is so
Yeah, dude. No, I think we could probably wrap up here in a second. I don't know.
Okay, really quick though, like the whole thing of people being assholes and changing your life for the better, that happened to me like 3 years ago, and got into shape. And while I was getting into shape, oh wow, yeah,
Big improvement.
it's like,
Yeah, because I went to Weight Watchers.
you really ate Weight Watchers and shit, or was that just
Well, Weight Watchers was just like calculating basically what you can eat every day in terms of like protein, fats, carbs, stuff like that. I mean, did I eat whatever I want as a kid? Like,
You should. Any kid,
Yeah,
to a
well-
certain like right, like nothing outlandish,
Yeah,
and
well-
unhealthy for you. But yeah, eat, man. You're gonna
Yeah.
grow. That's like my little. Well, he's my cousin. Call him my little brother. I would say very same body structure as you when he was in like 6th grade, junior high, and he had huge feet though, huge feet.
Yeah.
And his doctor told him he was never going to get taller than he was at that age. Boy was like 5'2" when this guy told him, Joe, look at your. I said, look down right now, right? Look
Mhm.
down. Look at your foot. Yeah. Look at my foot. This is big. He's like, mine's bigger. Like, all right, that means you're going to be fucking taller than me. Probably taller than me when we get to be adults.
Yeah.
And he remembers that conversation that we had and has like talked to me about it like 5, 6 years. He's like, that changed my confidence in, as a little kid and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, since we're gonna wrap this shit up, health wise, 3 years ago, had an unfortunate, shitty situation, and I just like, okay, I'm gonna do something to
Mhm.
get my head out of this. I don't want to feel depressed, anything like that. So I started to get in shape and really pay attention to what I'm putting in my body
Mhm.
and treat it like everyone if it should. You and I even didn't know it, but do the same workout.
Yeah.
Online, right?
Well, when I'm doing it,
Yeah, and yours,
Yeah,
the
I'm
way
inconsistent.
you've described yours is different than mine, and I think it should be for what you were looking for or whatever, right?
yeah, but it's
But,
the same general.
So
idea.
over these last few years, paying attention to all kinds of things: colon cancer, prostate, this, cholesterol, all that, testosterone and shit, which I have pretty high testosterone count, which is surprising. My doctor, surprised you're not even taking anything to have these high levels as the age you are. And I was telling you, squats can increase your testosterone. But anyway, when I was driving one day, I was listening to the radio, and they were talking about how you can maintain a healthy prostate for men. And yeah, he was your partner. But they heard this statistic that it had a lot to do with men having orgasms, specifically from the age 40 to 50. And I never really fact checked it. I just listened to it and took it
How many-
as gospel.
How many was it?
It was between 20 and 30 orgasms a month. That's what I heard on the radio.
Not a day.
That just when you're 16, you can do that, I think. And so today was the first day that I actually fact checked it. And sure as shit, what was it? Harvard Health Institute or something like that, right? A Harvard study said that, here you go, guys. If you're in a relationship and listening to this, have your partner, your female partner, looking at this, or your male partner. Fuck it.
Mhm.
Get weird. And it is. It says 21 to 30 ejaculations a month.
So I hit that quota by like day 4.
Day
of the month.
4, but you have a broken wrist, right?
No, dude.
So you increase your risk, 30% increase of a healthy prostate.
Wow.
Up until your age 70. If I can have 21 orgasms a month at age 70, I'm gonna want to live to be
71.
Yeah, that's about it. But that's a goal to have.
Yeah, fair enough, dude.
That's a goal to have, because my now mentor was also telling me, it's really important for a man to succeed, for us to always have goals. That's a new goal of mine. I want to be able to have 21 fucking orgasms with a partner in my 70s.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's something that I heard the other day, and this isn't like fact checkable. This is just like a prediction by somebody that knows a lot about technology and stuff. Is your kids will live to see humans being married to AI powered robots with actual human flesh.
That should not be allowed to happen.
It'll happen.
But it shouldn't be allowed to happen.
Fine. I mean, I'm not arguing either way.
Yeah.
Just that will probably happen. The future is, yeah. I mean, if civilization lasts that long and we don't dude, I could foresee some like real doomsday like terrorist groups that like try to blow everything up once AI gets like too out of control.
Terminator 2.
Basically, a Skynet.
Fucking coming at you.
Terminator 9.
Bro,
Yeah.
I hope not.
It did weird stuff. But anyways, this is a little bit off topic. So
Yeah.
I know
I
it's
just want to, and I wanted to give the guys out there, some ammo. I'm going to say ammo and ammunition. Ammo.
some ammo.
Some real fucking ammo. But no, talk to your partner and be like, hey, I
Yeah.
heard this, and they could fact check it. Here,
Most women are just going to be like, well, you better start rubbing them out, buddy.
no shit.
Guys are like, yeah, I have been. Intense.
So it was on, here we go, Harvard Health Publishing. Harvard Health Publishing. That's right here. In all, men who average 4.6 to 7 ejaculations a week were 36% less likely to diagnose prostate cancer before the age of 70 than men who ejaculated less than 2 times a week.
Wow.
Handle business. Help us out. Handle business, guys, for your boyfriends or husbands. Because ejaculations are so much more fun when someone else is willing participant.
There is just something that's better about consensual sex.
So a little bit.
I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. Yeah.
I can't believe you have our high school ones too.
Yeah, they're all in the book here.
I think I
Yeah, dude.
have I'm sure I got it somewhere.
I go back and I read all the comments and just cry like twice a week during my ejaculation session.
Is that what happened to that
Yeah.
picture?
Yeah.
No, I know the picture
Yeah, it
that
was
you took out,
stained.
and you definitely like that girl. Because I remember.
I'm going to look her up now after this. I don't remember ever taking a pair of scissors and cutting out.
Oh, well, just look at this.
Good point. I'll try that.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyhow, let's wrap up
That
here,
was the
dude.
weirdest roller coaster of an episode we've had, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. We talked about some stuff. I think it was.
You got emotional?
I did, dude. I was not planning on that.
Dude,
I was not planning on it. Bro, I've been an emotional plenty about stuff with my dad, and it's like a long, slow mourning process. I've had rough times, I've had rough days, and it's, I try my best to just, appreciate these moments that I have now for what they are, but yeah, anyhow, it was good episode.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll be back at you guys next week.